Can, thank you for being here. It's a great honor for me to interview you. I saw part of the documentary last night, and I was so inspired by your story. So I came across this quote, actually, and it's one of the scariest things in life is when you come to the realization that the only thing that you can save is yourself. Do you agree or disagree with this comment, or this quote, actually?
Yes.
And how so? What part of it that you kind of maybe
Because
not?
at the end of the day, wherever your struggle is, only you can decide if you have to live or die if you have suicide thoughts or feelings.
Right.
And what happened is that it's just the ego that wants to die. Because the ego is in so much pain, whether because you got hurt because you failed at doing something, or because someone hurt you emotionally, or someone traumatized you, or because you're in great pain or whatever. So I went through like at least 1,000 days of suicide thoughts and feelings.
Is that so?
Yeah, and then being a college student was hard because with depression you can't think clearly.
Right.
And then after you seek treatment, you go on different medications and they don't work, and you get really angry.
Right.
And then you decide that it's not fair, and then your ego is just, because basically being a model minority, I was supposed to become a doctor, I was supposed to be successful, I was a president of different organizations, why me? And then I was having that great pain, but a lot of anger.
Right.
When I lost consciousness and awareness and attempted suicide, because I wasn't thinking clearly.
Right.
You know, and fortunately later on I realized that, oh, I can catch myself before I get to that state. I don't ever want to be in that state of mind again.
Right.
You know, I can do my wellness plan. I can realize that, oh, thoughts and emotions cannot hurt me.
Right.
Because through mindfulness meditation, I learned that I can observe my feelings and thoughts.
Right.
And that I can change, I want to die to I want to live. So I had a joke that, you know, I have 1,000 reasons to live, you know, because I realized that it's just thoughts and emotions.
Right.
You know, I have my pain, my anger, but it doesn't have to succumb me. And so I can be in the driver's seat and do various stuff to make myself feel better and not to become a victim of my emotional distress.
Right. And what is your wellness plan? What did you do? Because I read that you tried various sort of like Western
I
kind
tried
of pills.
everything.
You tried everything?
Yes, I tried 15 electroshock treatment. That was very dangerous, you know. It caused me to have certain brain damage. I tried over 20 different medications. It would come to very easy. I love basketball. My best friend Matt gave me the best gift to shoot a basketball because I'm a type A overachiever. So I love shooting three-pointers. And when I'm not having a good day, I choose two-pointers. And then shooting basketball tells me how my body is. Because I'm stressed out and I can't shoot three-pointers.
Right.
If I don't get enough sleep, I can't stay focused to shoot three-pointers.
Right.
Because I have a big ego, three-pointers make me really happy, you know? At the same time, when I can't do it, then I just do two-pointers. But also it exercised my right and left brain, you know? And so it helped me with everything, with cognition, with memory, with mood. Because when I get the basketball in, I'm like, yay, I'm happy. It's antidepressant. Exercise is very important. As long as I get like cardiovascular, raise my heartbeat and sweat, that totally like improve my depression right away.
Right.
Chocolate, make me fat, you know, but if I ever need an instant quick fix, chocolate. Doing fun things,
Right.
having connections to people, having friends, or even sometimes talking to strangers, because I love to talk.
Right.
And my mood increased, doing something meaningful. Like for me, it's doing act of kindness.
Right.
I channel energy for healing. So if someone needs energy healing, I do it for them for free, and it make me feel better right away if I'm having a moody day, you know?
Right.
So we have like, you become aware what works for you.
Right.
And and recognizing what triggers your emotional distress, and then if you have bad thoughts or bad feeling, you realize that this is not you.
Right.
So we've changed your thoughts, negative self-talk to positive self-talk. And emotion is harder, but you can also, you know, if you have bad feelings, you can transform those negative feelings into positive feelings. Right. You can send out love to people. So the act of kindness or sending prayers to someone else or loving kindness meditation, because you're able to go back and feel that love, then that energy, the negative energy, get converted to positive energy. And we call that spiritual alchemy. It just takes practice.
Right.
But for 10 years, I didn't know how to do that. So I tried all kinds of medications and so forth like that making me have more symptoms and more side effects.
Right, and you mentioned talking, because you're a talkative person,
Love
you
to
love
talk.
talking to
Yeah.
people, but people, when they're in that state, they tend to sort of shut themselves out. So how did you...
Oh, I did that too when I got depressed.
Right, but how did you sort of like overcome that and say, you know what, today's the day I need to go and talk to someone? Was that challenging?
You have to force yourself to do it. Or you have 5 friends who can call for support. And you tell them, you know, if I'm not doing well, tell me to go outside and shoot my basketball. Or just go for a walk for 5 minutes. Because with depression, everything feels so hard. You know, and just need a little bit of encouragement. Or you say, today I'm going to rest. I'll try again tomorrow.
Right.
But you know that this is the depression talking, it's not you.
Right.
But when you take 5 minutes become 20 minutes. But the problem is when you're in that depression phase, it's really hard to take 5 minutes.
So who is in your support system? You mentioned your friends, it's
Yeah,
your family too?
Not as much.
But your friends are more prominent.
Because of cultural differences, you know, because sometimes I like to vent. So that would drive some of my friends nuts because too much venting, you know. But then as I become more spiritual, I don't need to vent as much. I can journal because it becomes chit-chat. Because you ruminate. You complain and bitch about the same thing over and over for 10 years. Because we all have the same problem, you know. But so it's okay to vent for 20 minutes, but after that you realize that stop. You're just ruminating or you're just chit-chatting. So we learn in meditation, sometimes it's better to be silent. Because that's when you connect to your source, your inner soul, your spirit. And so when you are meditating, you feel that essence of being. You feel grounded, your energy go back from your head thinking too much. You get grounded, your energy go down to the dantian or whatever method you use. Then you've calmed your nervous system down. You feel relaxed. And you go that essence, your spirit. You feel inner peace.
And you mentioned that maybe your parents not so much. How have their support changed from the very beginning when they found out that you had a little bit of some mental issues? Have they progressed?
I mean, they're supportive,
yeah.
But it's not their culture to talk about emotions, you know, because it's a habit. You know, my dad liked to talk about productivity. Boom, 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 do this and that. Action. He's a man. He wants action-oriented. He doesn't want to process about how I feel, you know, because he has his own life to live, you know, but it makes him feel good if he can help me with something, you know, like, can you help me pay my car insurance this week? Because I forgot to pay it, you know, that something like that is action-oriented, so he do that. So in the Asian culture, he's so loved through action. He really can't listen as much, but also because he's a type A business person, you know. You know, it's like, and my sister is like, oh, go talk to your therapist. but then I taught her, you know, okay, you know, the way you treated me, you can't treat that to your kids.
Right.
You know, because then I end up educating her how do you communicate and listen to someone who's emotionally distressed, and how do you have awareness of your own behavior, so you don't trigger the person you're talking to. At the same time, recognizing that, oh, you don't have the skill set to listen. It's a skill to listen. Right. Because you have to overcome your own demons too. Yeah. For some people, they're uncomfortable because they have their own problems. Right.
And do you find yourself categorizing people? Like when you meet them, you're just like, you're a type A this, and if you meet someone else, you're a type A this.
Because I used to say, oh, you're bipolar, you're borderline personality, you do this, and you study too much psychology. You know, like my friend Ben at Beth Israel Hospital, when I was there with him, I said, oh, you're getting paranoid, but I'm your friend, I'm not going to label you. I'm going to be there as your friend and not be your psychiatrist. Because that's not my role to label you that you're getting depression, paranoia. You know, because people don't want to be labeled, it's kind of insulting. You know, and also we can mislabel people.
That's true.
You know, because people you know, complex. Certain behaviors sound like borderline, certain behaviors sound like a little bit manic, you know, but it's good to know it, to know, oh, this person is having an extreme state of mind, just have compassion, how can you engage with them so they can be safe? You know, if someone thinks they can fly, don't let them fly because they're going to die if they jump off the building. Or if they think they can stop the train with the manic, that's dangerous. So you engage in the dialogue to keep them safe, you know, and then you get support for them. But when you have extreme state of mind where it's dangerous, people need support.
Right. Well, Can, it was a great pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being here. And if you'd like to see more videos and interviews, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.